Chasing scores higher, higher, higher. Pixel warriors on a glowing screen, 8-bit heroes in a crazy dream. Coins drop clinking like a metal song. Game over Flash, but I'm still headstrong. Pixel warriors on a glowing screen, 8-bit dreams remain. High scores flashing in the midnight glow. Simpson shredding set the tempo flow. Leather jackets and teased up hair. Living legends, we don't care. Electric haze on a battle floor. Digital ghosts knock at the door. One more dog, one more electric haze. Push the button, hear the roar. Fight the battle, craving more. Game of legends in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. Electric haze on a battlefield. Digital ghosts knock at the door. One more life, it's do or die. Final level, reaching for the sky. The metrons in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. Chasing scores higher, 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 higher.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nation Network. Vince McSham with you here. This is not going to be the normal. Not a great day, or even a great time. A lot of you that have been on the channel a while, you know that there have been some technical issues creeping up. And if you know the last year and a half's history, you know there have been a lot of issues over time with different things. And 4 months ago, I spent $1,400 on a computer, which I never thought in a million years I would. But this thing was going to do everything I needed it to do, and then some. So I figured I am in great shape. I'll be able to run everything smooth. I'll be able to do my editing in half the time. And in the beginning, it was great. Until. So those of you that know that there have been some issues, right now I'm running my old computer on Windows 10. I only have one monitor, so I can't even see the chat right now. I have to remove or shrink down OBS in order to see what you guys are doing. So I'll be there in a minute, but right now I'm just trying to look at levels, and it looks like everything's working, so hopefully you guys are hearing me. That would be sad if it weren't even getting that far. Let me check the chat real quick. Let me see. Andrew Roberts in the house. Andrew, can you hear me? Jay, can you hear me? Again, the levels here show me that everything should be good. Somebody say something. Refreshing this thing. Is that the other thing too? When I'm not on the YouTube page, I seem quiet. I can bring it up a little bit, but that's about as much as I can do. All right, as long as you're hearing me, this is, again, the old system. Things may be a little bit different. I could not get the second monitor to work, and I'm just too freaking mentally exhausted anymore to deal with this shit. What you just watched, for those of you that were on the ECW thing, is the literal last moments of the computer. It died right there at the end. So I brought it in to Best Buy because I had no choice. That's where I bought it from. It's under 4 months. It's only 4 months old, so it's under warranty. If it turns out to be something with the graphics card, which is a maybe. Otherwise, they've got to wipe out the entire hard drive and do a complete new install on the operating system, which means I'm fucked. I'm just at a point right now where I don't know how much more I got in me. If you've never used OBS, and it's really any streaming software that does what we do, like, to do what I do here, there's other ones out there, but they're doing the same basic thing. And you have different scenes that you put together. And in those scenes, then you have layers of different things that go on in those scenes. So, as an example, if you've never seen one, it's a side-by-side where you're seeing two monitors. You're seeing what you're working on the left and what the stream sees on the right. Okay, so think of it as a small TV production studio. So I'll pull up on the left, let's say the commercial that's coming up next. And then on the right, you guys are watching the end of the match. They go to celebration, and then I'll hit the transfer button, and boom, it slides over. The commercial kicks in. The other screen comes over to the not going out to the public. And then I swap things up over there so that when the commercial's over, the next thing slides in. That's how the basics of it work. Each scene, and I got probably 20-ish, depending, some more than others, have a lot of shit going on in them. So, for example, the 605 show, when you see the Tony Schiavone at the desk, or if he's interviewing someone at the desk, there's layers, many, many, many layers to that. So the first layer will be the desk itself, because that's got to sit out front. Or actually, that's the first. And then as we fall back, now we've got all the wrestlers on a green screen, so I can key out the green screen. And then you have to size the wrestlers so that they're appropriate. Then when all the wrestlers are in there, then you put the set in the background. So the desk and the set really don't do anything. They're always kind of going to just always be there. It's getting the wrestlers and the Tony Schiavone and all that, and having them the right size, which once it's done, it's done. You don't do it every time unless you have to make changes for some reason. The problem is now I would have to do all that from scratch again, and I just did it 4 months ago. It is time consuming, and that's just that one thing. For Wrestle Chat, there's several different things going on at once. Whether it's me and Jay, whether it's me on the side with my monitor on screen, all that shit takes time to put together, and it's gone again. Infrared, what's up, man? And I won't have my computer back for at least 3 days. And that's assuming it's an in-house fix. If it turns out to be the GPU, I don't think it will be. And the tech doesn't either. But if it were, they got to send it to Georgia, where the company is that made the computer. It's going to be 3 weeks. If it turns out to be that, it'll be 3 weeks. Let's talk about Best Buy a little bit. I've been mentioning my dissatisfaction with them. When you go in person and talk to the geek, okay, they're knowledgeable guys. I like this guy. He's cool. It's everything else about Best Buy I can't stomach. Okay? Did you know you cannot call a Best Buy store anymore? Try it. You're going to get somebody from Indonesia. At least for a little while longer, because Congress is working on a bill that's probably going to go through, and it's going to make that illegal. That they're going to have to move call centers. If you have a U.S.-based company, call centers have to be in the U.S. Bravo, bravo. Not sure if that got through or not. Here we go. In case it didn't go through the first time. But in the meantime, you're getting Bangladesh on the phone. I talked to a lady yesterday, and I said to her, okay, look, you're not really I want to talk to a person at the store. Well, there's no number for the store. They don't take calls at the stores anymore. at all. I mean, there's got to be managers on duty that have to be able to be reached in the event that something, well, they have internal numbers, but they don't give those out. Can you connect me to the store? No, they can't do that. They can't. I said, let me ask you a question. Where are you right now? And she tried getting cute with me. She says, I'm in the call center for Best Buy. That doesn't answer my question. Where are you? Southern Asia. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Goodbye. And I hung up. I ain't going to have some jackass in Asia hacking into my computer because we all saw what happened a year and a half ago. Destroyed it. Good thing I did keep it around after I had it fixed because that's what I'm running on right now just to do this. But it's on Windows 10, which means, other than YouTube, I wouldn't even go online for anything else. Oh, man. This thing sets me back so far. And the thing that frustrates me the most about it is when you look at that last video that we just watched, some of us just watched together with the ECW. Hopefully you picked up on the moments where the chants kicked in for ECW and the holy shit. And I had just gotten around to saying, why the hell don't I add the sound effects on cue in OBS where I could just click it and boom, there they are. And that's what I did. And it came out great. I was so happy with it. Until I just feel like I'm hemorrhaging money for nothing. I mean, I make no money on this. I did it as a hobby. And do I enjoy it? Sure, I enjoy it. I like having the conversations we all have. But between a $150 game, that's not a lot of fun because you're grinding the fuck out of it. And now a brand new computer having to be wiped from scratch. I just don't know if I got it in. It's just too many things at once. Infrared, what I'll say is in person, I find them to be pretty cool. And again, knowledgeable, and if you have the guys coming out to the house, let me adjust this a little bit. This might make it sound a little bit louder for you guys. Don't want to blow anyone's eardrums out, but and that's the other thing about it. I may not have mentioned this in the other stream. So I've had this Best Buy Geek Squad thing for years and years and years. And I only used it once, maybe every 3 years on average. But it's kind of like having AAA for your car. As the old saying goes, what was the old saying now? Someday you'll break down and join AAA. Because when you break down, you want it. And then a lot of people back in the day didn't have it. Nowadays, it's like every car insurance company kind of comes out and does roadside assistance. But back in the day, if you didn't have AAA, you're just on your own. And it's kind of the same logic. So even though I'm paying for insurance is what I'm paying for. And one of the benefits of that was the fact that I could call them up and say, I want a tech to come to my house. And it was only $50. $50 every 2 to 3 years. That's a deal for me. Yeah, granted, you're still paying the $180 a year for the service, but that's your insurance. And you're getting a doctor to make a house call for $50 when you need something. It's a whole lot easier for me to have the guy here, sit him down, show him what's happening on the rig that it's working on, than it is to bring it into a store where you got to tell them, and then they don't have any way of actually doing it. So that all said, it went from $50 to $120, and I was like, wait a minute, no, it's supposed to be $50. And the guy's telling me, no, that went up like a year and a half ago. Now it's normally $130 or $40, but you got a 20% discount because you're on the plan. So now it's $120, and I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. The annual plan is less than $200, right? Yeah. Well, if I'm only having someone come to the house once every 2 years, it probably behooves me to just pay them the $140, and I'm still way ahead of the game. Y'all pricing yourselves out. And I canceled the plan. Now, that wouldn't have changed anything for today because bottom line is the plan literally just expired for me on the 3rd of the month, so 7 days ago. and I let it lapse. I'm done with it. However, when you need something like this done, and there are other local PC repair shops and all that, but I don't know these people. I don't know the Best Buy either, but there's a much bigger corporate name behind it, and there's more avenue for, holding people accountable and things of that nature. They also have a lot more to lose reputation-wise if anything really funny went on. So, I don't know. I just, right now, it's at Best Buy. It'll be there for a minimum 3 days. Best case scenario. And what day are we on now? Is this today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday I get it back? I would end up spending all day Friday trying to get everything to work properly, trying to get the sound to work without echoing all over the place. And part of that is the way I've got my setup here, it's not average. I've got a lot of mixers going on here, and I've got the sound effect machine and all that. Now, a lot of streamers use that stuff. It's not that unusual. But for some reason, when it has to go into your computer and Windows has to process which audio goes out and which one doesn't and all that kind of stuff, and even the same to a certain degree with OBS, yeah, it can be a handful. It can be, and that's where the echoes come in. 90% of the time, that's where the echo is coming from, is the fact that it's looping the signal over and over again, and what you have to do is shut off certain aspects of that loop. But it never seems to be the same twice. I have actually had recorded video of my settings, knowing I was going to have a computer going down or I was getting a new computer, and I would record the actual settings that I had so that I wouldn't have to go through it from scratch. And all of a sudden, it didn't work the same, and I don't know why. So I'm somewhat tech savvy, but I'm not that kind of tech savvy. Either it works the way it's supposed to work or it doesn't. And a lot of times with me, it seems it doesn't. And I keep wanting to use my left screen, and it's just sitting there all dark and looking at me lonely. Yeah, Ancient Clown, I love you, man. It would cost a fortune to call India, but as long as they're on the call center, yeah. Well, the bottom line is they're going to have to pay employees to answer calls. And that means they're not doing any other work except answering calls. And not for anything. I've been to Best Buy a couple of times now in the last 4 months, and every time there's one thing in common. Nobody in that store. Now, all right, today's a Tuesday. I was there at 10:30. But when I say nobody, it was just me and the workers and maybe 4 other Geek Squad customers. That's it. I mean, the aisles were empty. So when you're paying brick and mortar and all that, I get it. They're going to do that. They're going to scale way down, and that's kind of where it's at. Miracle, how you doing, buddy? And here's the other thing. Right now, obviously I can hear everything that's going on. I can hear what I'm saying. It's coming through the system. It's into my headphones. We're good there. However, when I played the intro, I can't hear it. I should be able to hear it. I used to be able to hear it on this computer. Couldn't hear it. I could spend the next hour and a half trying to figure out why, and I'm like, not going to do it. I'm simply not going to do it. But for doing streams, it fucks things up. Because now you don't have the ability to hear the cues. Like when you're at a certain part in a commercial break where it's time now to switch back to the game and you want to hit the play button so it's already in process, I don't like having all the pictures up there of who's fighting next and all that, because a lot of my stuff is relying on a surprise factor. So anyway, that's where things are at currently. I don't imagine I'm going to be doing anything with this computer other than something like this I can do. I can do the chat. I can't even do Wrestle Chat because I don't have the ability to do the 2 screens. It's a hot mess. It really is. And it's just, I don't know how many hits a person's supposed to take in a row before they just say, fuck it, it ain't worth it anymore. And I'm just kind of thinking that it's going to be a break. I can tell you right now, the story stuff, like what we were just seeing with the ECW and all that stuff, the Saturday shows, all that stuff is on hiatus indefinitely. Even if I get the computer back Friday, even if it's all working, I'm just decompressing, man. Too much. It's been too much. All right. That all said, I don't even know if I can make this work. Let's see. I haven't tried yet. Not looking good yet, but let's see. Mr. Elgato. We can. All right. We were talking. Yes, we were. About Creation Suite recently. And how wonderful it isn't in some areas. Other parts of it aren't bad, but one of the keys that I had pointed out, and I'm sure it's not been fixed because as of yesterday it wasn't, and I don't think there's any new patches. Let's see. We're going to go to Creations. We're going to go to Arenas. And now, while I'm doing this, I can't also see the chat because I don't have that second screen. So I'm not ignoring you. I will get back to the chat as soon as I possibly can. But for right now, I'm kind of stuck here. So this one right now, if you look at that, there are no LED posts and there are no LED screens on the apron, right? Now, if we were to go into a match, go back. There again, there are no LEDs, none. Now, it does give you that cute little warning. Let's go over that again, right? There it is, no LEDs. Oh, it didn't give me the warning this time. Interesting. Well, take a look at that. Is it just me, or do those look like LEDs? So, yeah, there's something. And now, even if we go back, because I thought the solution was to take them out as the last step in the process. Not that it ever was in the past, not that it should be. There's a couple other things I want to check out here real quickly. But, yeah, you can see LEDs are back, even though they didn't show. And let's do it one more time. Now, here's the fun thing. When you get over here, you go to your ring and your LED apron, but there isn't an LED apron, even though we're looking at it. So we go ahead and put it in there. Same thing with the post. Go in, put it in there. Now let's go back and delete it. It's gone. Delete it. It's gone. And now we save this. Once your arena is complete, we don't need to worry about that. At this point in time, there should be no LED anything. But I'm pretty sure. Again, in the photo there, the thumbnail, there are 0 LEDs. This show contains a custom arena. Using custom arenas can cause unexpected gameplay results. Yeah, like them not doing what you told them to do. Or lighting conditions. Since when has the game ever given that warning in the past? This show contains a custom arena. Using a custom arena may fuck up the game because we didn't know how to put it together. That's what it should say. Bunch of cocksuckers over there. Let's see. Shock me. Yep, they're back. So you cannot remove the LEDs. So if you're trying to do old school wrestling, or you just want to run your own fed and don't want LEDs because they are horrible in my opinion, It was one of the first things that really got me to stop not liking wrestling, but liking like WWE's product a bit. I just found those things so obnoxious, and especially the posts. They're the worst. I just felt like the ring was always a cathedral, man. That you don't mess with that. You keep it with aprons, and you can decorate the fuck out of aprons, and that's part of the special events. But this LED bullshit is garbage. Now, I'm curious to know something else. Let me just go ahead and try one of my other arenas to see if it's done it to all of them. Let's go check out the XWF. Again, nothing in the thumbnail. Hard to tell. Wait a minute. No, it looks like the LEDs are there. Pretty sure. Yep, LEDs are there. They're all turned off, but they're all back there, so. Yep. So turning them off, deleting them, removing them don't mean a thing. It don't mean nothing. So that's another reason why I'm going on hiatus. I'm not going to have that as a product. Total shit. Total dog shit. Every year it amazes me that they'll take something that was working perfectly fine and fuck it up. It's like you had to change something to make it shit. What'd you change? Who's peeing on the fucking French fries at McDonald's, man? Just do what you always did with the French fries and they were fine. Dale Santaford, how you doing, man? It's been a minute, buddy. Good to see you. Oh, buddy. There's mentally I'm just not in it today. Dale, I'm dealing with a lot of technical issues right now, and I lost another computer for 3 days, and that means I've got to start from scratch when I get it back, and I'm just not feeling it. So I apologize that I'm not going to be in an up-tempo boot today, but there's a lot about the game that's good. But the things that are bad, they're not really, it's not that they're just bad and they're real bad. They're stupid bad. It's like there was no reason for it. And the biggest one, of course, is the Battle Pass. That is absolute shit show. That Battle Pass has absolutely nothing redeeming about it. But from a gameplay standpoint, it feels better, plays better. I guess, you could say that. No matter what you do with your settings, I've noticed that it will reverse you on finishers way too often. I might still toggle. I had just recently switched all my sliders to the same as last year because last year was working phenomenally on that part. Community creations. Good question. Hadn't tried. Let's see. As someone who hasn't tried in the last 24 hours, I'm going to bet my money on it's going to crash the game. Because that's what it does. It's part of their charm. Anybody want to take wagers? 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. This isn't where it happens. It happens on this. There you are. I knew it. I knew you'd come through for me. How many days has this game been out and you still can't get on? Reporting this error to Sony Interactive helps improve the PS5 hardware. You ain't gonna fix nothing, man. This is those fuckers over there at 2K that don't know how to do their jobs right every year. I told you so. This game actually saves data at specific points. Yeah, and just crashes every time you try to use it. I hope that answered your question, Jay. Jamon Scott's in the house. Welcome, buddy. As I always say, at least they are consistent. There's something to be said for that. Let's see, what else did we have? So we can't do anything there. Oh, we were working on Creation Suite a little bit, so... Yeah, we were doing some Taz work yesterday when the old computer froze on me again. So this is pretty much the finished Taz for now. Eventually I'll get the tattoos accurate. These are just kind of placeholders right now so that something is there. And it's still kind of close to accurate. This is the old school way of doing things when you only had the ability to use what's in the game and nothing else. So I fall back on that. But I was able to get that logo in. I just don't have the tattoo logos. I thought I did. But apparently I was mistaken. Then again, this is all without anything that's not in the game. So plenty of opportunities to do stuff with just the base model and what they offer. Then we've got him with the towel. Took me a minute to find the towel because I thought it was under hats. Then I thought it was under some other subject I can't remember now. But yeah, it was like the last place I looked and I finally found it. I thought maybe they got rid of it because it was kind of a Taz thing and he's been with AEW. But I'm like, he's been with AEW for a while and it's been there every other time. So, but yeah, I'm happy with the way this turned out. We got the moves down. We got the entrance in. Was there not a current day roster person that had a entrance song that started very similar to Taz's with like the EKG beep on it? I went through the whole list of songs. I couldn't remember who it was because I always said when I would go through and hear that song, I was like, that'd be good for Taz. I just didn't have Taz for the last couple of years. And maybe it's one of the guys that just got cut loose. Well, Javon, you know what? You could say it's sad that they can't get shit right, but at least you know what you're getting, right? It's like the people that are all out there crying and moaning now and bitching and moaning, this pass isn't right, is it, this and that. It's like, y'all are fucking stupid. If you thought it was going to be anything other than what it is, we were saying it. I was saying it. The minute I heard $2 skip fees, tier skips, the minute I heard that, I says, that's it. They are going to make it impossible or so difficult you don't want to even know about it so that you will pay to skip it to get what you already paid for, which would cost you $80 per season. Do the math. 6 seasons. Ciampa? Let me go check. That sounds right. Did I skip his when I was doing my checks here? Let's go creation entrance. I'm just going to go this way. Taz. Still want to do a little more work on his forehead and stuff like that. I'm not done with it, but for the moment. So for those of you that were on for the ECW stream, I am sorry about what happened with the main event. So let me go into some story on that. Well, that's got a siren, which... Oh, wait a minute. That's what he's using now currently. Never mind. Ignore me. Tommaso. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Thank you. Much better. I do appreciate that. Miracle for the win. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Or more appropriately. Yeah! Ba-dum-bum-bum. Now I gotta do the same thing for the victory. I knew somebody had it, but the thing is, and I think that's different here too, when you're, and I can probably, well, no, this is always gonna be this way. With the entrance in the past, when you were setting it up, and you were scrolling through music, it would play from the beginning of the song. This year, during the setup part, it picks it up maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds in, so you're into the song. And if you're looking like I was for the intro, very first, the hit, you weren't going to see it that way. Once you selected it, then you get it. Taz. Like for this one here, it always goes into the song. It doesn't start from the beginning because a lot of the songs do start out a little softer. Although they still should because you're showing a bunch of replay. This game, I'll say that's one of the biggest things they fixed is the replay is not a half hour long where you're watching the whole game, the whole match over again. That was one of the things that used to drive me absolutely batshit crazy in 25. Man, if you had a good 10-minute match, you had a good 4-minute replay. It's supposed to be the highlights, not the whole friggin' match over again. Yep, Miracle, you got it, man. All right, so that takes care of that. That's one less headache. What else? We got superstars, movesets. That's all the same. The entrance victory thing, the only difference again, and it's only for the entrance part. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Doesn't matter who. Oh, there's something else I'll show you guys that, if you haven't already seen it, it's really cool. So, okay, he's got no music. Perfect. Perfect. Here we go. Let's go up to Adam Pearce. All right. So if I go to sample it, it's already into the song. That's not how it starts. Same thing. In the past, it used to start from the beginning of the song. Now it joins in progress. But then once you select it, now you can hear the beginning of the song. So if you're looking for something that starts with a certain sound, like Tommaso's, and you're doing it the preview method that we've always been able to rely on, you're hearing that. There's no beeping. There's no EKG. So how would you know about the EKG sound effect unless you had a miracle? Even though he's not a playable character, let him have his theme song. Be happy with him. Blaze Radio is in the house. Oh, Blaze. The 4-month-old computer that cost with taxes $1,400 has to have the operating system completely wiped and rebooted, which basically deletes all my streaming software to the point where I'd have to redo it from scratch. And I'm not so sure I'm doing that. I'm just burnt out. Burnt the fuck out. I'm right now using my old Windows 10 computer. I dusted it off, hooked it up, and even with this, I can't get the second screen to work, and I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with it. I'm just not. How's your day? Well, I mean, that's kind of what I've been doing, too, in a slightly different way. I do mine through OBS. This way I can have it match up with the video right where and when I want it. I've been using sound effects. I just did an ECW stream that I pre-recorded, and that's kind of where the computer died at that moment. I need to turn that off. Let's see. Go to settings. Bluetooth. Oh, bitch. Bluetooth off.
Bluetooth disconnected.
That's what I just said. Need you to tell me that shit. Yeah. I mean, I'm done. I had that whole computer fiasco that went on a year and a half ago, back when UPW and I were kind of working together there. And then the next computer fiasco was I got a computer that's working for me, but I can't keep that because it can't go to Windows 11. So I got to buy another computer. Okay, I'm going to spend a lot more money than I ever would have imagined because I don't want to deal with any more computer shit for a long time. And 4 months later, fuck. Keith O'Toole's in the house. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I mean, and that is presuming that's the best case scenario, buddy. If it turns out to be the GPU, which I don't think so, and the tech doesn't think so, but if it does, they got to pack that bitch up and ship it to Georgia because then the company that made the computer has to do it. That's 3 weeks. JH, man. Oh, man. I know it's rough. Appreciate you being here with us, brother. How much longer till you get to go home? Keith, I stopped creating wrestlers for the most part. I mean, I might do 1 or 2 a year, like you just saw these 2 here I did. And that was more just because I wanted to see with the new creation suite and the ability to isolate body parts a little bit better. So I just, that was more of an experiment than anything. I don't plan on making my own because there's guys out there that do it better, and it saves me a bunch of time. And on a year like this, where you got all that grinding to do. Who's got time to create wrestlers? All the more reason you have to do all the grinding is because now they put out a wrestler you want, but, unfortunately, you can't download it because you don't have this part. Isn't that right, Blaze? Yeah, dude, that's kind of beyond me too. The whole licensing thing, I don't play with that. That's why, again, I spent a lot of money on a computer thinking I wouldn't have to deal with that issue for a long time. It's the same logic. I bought a new AC for the house about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, maybe going on now, thinking I'm going to buy myself 10 months of calm. And it's been beautiful. I'll tell you that right now. It's cold as an ice box in here, and I love it. Oh, yeah. There is something that I was thinking about it, and then I forgot to check on it. Actually, there's a couple of things I've been meaning to check on. I did see Mark Henry. He's still pregnant. They didn't fix that. Really. The funny thing is, they put out the model of Kane, 98, I guess it is, and the internet lost its fucking mind. You lazy bunch of pricks, all you did was put the costume on the same old fat Kane. Not that he was ever fat. I mean, he was a little bit bigger, but I don't think I'd ever referred to him as fat. And they went and changed it. They slimmed him down, and then now everyone thinks it looks perfect, and blah, blah, blah. Well, what about Mark Henry, man? We bitched about that, too, and he still looks like he's about to give birth. But here's something I was very pleasantly surprised about. First off, the fact that they had the retro punk in the game, that was a plus. And I have yet to look at this, so I'm very curious to know if they listen to anything we had to say. I mean, it's kind of a dumb question. We know they don't. They've got CM Punk's rookie music from back in the day. I remember seeing him wrestle on I don't know if it was an internet version of a wrestling program so far as the broadcast. Kind of like NWA was doing a few years back there in the 2018 era. But just having this music here for this, I kind of wish they would have changed his entrance too. And I may go in and do that at some point. I haven't gotten that far into it yet, but
Making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 227 pounds, CM
But this is the music he used to come out to back in the old days, and I remember seeing him a couple of times when he looked like this, thinking, what's up with this dude? Dude, it's even before Ring of Honor. So, I mean, talk about going the extra mile. This, and they had to pay for the rights to that song. All right, let's see what they did here. Or did here. So we can get that song, but we can't grab them cakes? Really? And no chains. Holy motherfucker. Are you kidding me? No chains. They can do shit when they want to. I just don't get it. I mean, at this point, I have to believe their concern is some left wing coming out saying, oh my God, they put the black man in chains. He's got a collar around his neck. It's like, come on, man. It's a dog collar because he's a dog. It's like, everybody got fuck shit up. There's no other explanation at this point. I mean, I challenge somebody to give me a better reason than that for them not doing it 2 years now in a row. It's bad enough you did it the first year. And then you caught slack for it. A lot of people were saying, what, no chains? What's up with that? And then here it is. Now, the good news is we can go ahead and give them some chains, and it won't cost us a cost slot like last year. And I actually sacrificed a creation slot simply because it was driving me crazy, him walking in looking naked. It's like JYD's got stuff like wrapped around his neck and his shoulders, and he's got it in his hands, and this is Steel Domain Wrestling, is that what it was called? Because I was in Florida when I saw it, and I feel like I saw it on YouTube. I don't think it was on like a cable network or anything like that. I think it was YouTube that I saw it on. IWA. I just remember it was a pretty shitty little gym type looking thing, very empty, not a lot of fans in the building kind of thing. And the blonde hair thing stood out to me because it didn't look like it was his in any way, shape, or form, which clearly not. But the fact that they went that far. And they can't give chains and grab them cakes to the junkyard dog. Yes, it says Trump 2028 on JYD's butt. And not for anything, but Blaze, you're looking at his butt. Yeah. Yeah, Miracle, that's exactly what I'm saying too. But why should you have to? And even then, you don't get the collar effect. It was such a good look. He had that thick-ass dog collar, which you'd put on a pit bull. You'd put it on a dog that you don't want getting off a leash. That's the whole concept of it. Now he comes walking out there like every other guy in the 80s. He might as well be a jobber, really. I mean, S.D. Jones came out with a nice jacket. He's coming out there literally looking like Milkman Milliman. No, I take it back. He had a jacket and a hat. Never mind. Yeah, I noticed a couple of minor differences with Orndorff. And I'm glad you brought that up because we got some work to do here. Entrance. If you haven't already experienced this, and I feel like maybe in WCW, somebody remind me if this was ever a real thing. It had to be. I can't imagine they went to the effort of creating this. But Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, his entrance is about to change here. But here's what it currently sounds like. The differences I noticed is they put in what I didn't like last year. Last year in the preview for him, his hair was like fluttering around like that. And his hair never did. And last year's game, it didn't have, it's like they took it out at the last minute. And now it's in there. His hair wasn't all floppy like that. Okay, listen to this theme song, guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. All right, everybody together now. What in the fuck is that? There's something about her voice that makes me feel like I've heard it before, though. So I'm thinking, damn, did he do that in WCW? It feels like WCW. That's his heel 94 music. And it is WCW. So I'm not crazy. I did hear it before. Well, it ain't going to be heard on this channel because that song sucks. I mean, I'm almost thinking it sucks bad enough to leave it in. Oh, my goodness. Hold that thought just a minute. All right, guys, cast your votes. Do we leave the Mr. Wonderful theme song as it is, or do we switch? Jesus. I hate to say it's growing on me. It's fucking hilarious. I mean, he's my current XWF champion, and I'm just like, there's something obnoxious about it. No, I did not catch that one. I missed that comment. So they are taking up call slots. I knew it sounded too good to be true. I knew it. But we have 200 slots. I'm not worrying about it. I'm not doing it for everybody. I'm doing it for a handful, maybe 20 tops. But the ones that I've done so far kind of needed it. Like Rob Van Dam has to have more than one attire. Infrared, we'll see what the numbers say, man. I'm going to let this poll run for a little bit here. It's close, too, man. How do you... Oh, because there's an odd number of votes so far. It's damn close. But by the slimmest of margins, the majority want to leave it in. Guys, you're going to be hearing this the rest of your day, the day in your head. You know that. You'll be trying to go to bed, and you'll be like, fucking Vince. You don't know. I can't. Wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, my God. I think the rest of the stream, we're just going to leave this playing in the background. I swear to God, I absolutely hated it 2 minutes ago, and now I'm not so sure anymore. What a friggin' song. With that in mind, what would be the absolute most annoying theme song of all time? Like the one theme song that you just absolutely hated. The one that comes to mind for me immediately is Bastion Booger, just because he had that whole Hawk and a Loogie thing going on. But if we take that part of it out and just go by the song itself, the music, the lyrics, the whatever else, what was our... We're going to do 2 parts on this. We're going to do what was the worst of all time. Worst theme song of all time. And we probably can't pick this one right now because the majority say they like it. Well, Status would probably know. He's kind of deep into that. Although he's a PC guy, so maybe it's different on PC than it is on console, although I doubt that seriously. But who was the original person that brought that story to light? And how come 2K never corrected it ever in all this time? Because it's been out there. A lot of people have said this, not just 1 or 2. Oh my God, this song. I'm leaving it for now. What do we got? 64%. All right, we're going to wrap on that, and we're going to leave it in. I swear to God, I thought it was the worst piece of shit, and now it's like the kicker is when she kicks it in. That's what puts it over the top. You know what it reminded me of when he was singing? Part of me would, like, when I first heard this song, I said, wait a minute, that was on 25. What the fuck is this? And I'm listening to it, and all I could think of is like Ash by Elegance and the Elegance brand thing. And it's like, oh, God, this is horrible. And then she started singing. I'm like, oh, hell no, I ain't going to listen to that shrill voice and all this shit. And now it's like funny as fuck. Oh, man. Red, what are you talking about here? The world is Sylvain. I'm not at all familiar with that. What are we talking about? The Quebecers? Wait a minute. Are we talking about all real American boys or all American boys? That's in the same category as Wonderful, man. It's so bad, it's fucking hilarious. You're not allowed to not like that song. It's against the rules of pro wrestling.
We're not the Mounties. We're handsome, we're brave, we're strong. We're not the Mounties, 'cause we enforce the law. You can try to run, but you can never hide. Unlike the Mounties, we always get our man.
Is that the song you were saying is not good? That is awesome. They were in key. There was no pitchiness going on there. They didn't have auto-tune. Yeah, I'd be curious to know, but I'm not going to sit here and count 200 slots to see how many I have open after I've only used about 8 of them. I just look at it this way. If I ever get to the point with 200 slots where it says you no longer have room to download another slot, I'll be like, damn, I got to get a life, man. I got to do something else. I've even like 25, 2K25, if I could have just had 20 more, I'd have been good. I wouldn't even know what to do with the other 80 at that point. I don't intend to fill them up just to fill them up. I'm only going to bring stuff in that I actually have a use for or see that I might use in the future. Oh, the Rojo. My bad. But I did a search for the Quebecers. Why did it give me that? Hold on. That's what comes up on the Quebecers. You're talking about their original, like back when they were in the blue spandex shit? Let's see what this one is. No, that's not it. I think I know what you're talking about, too. Here. Now, I know you're not talking about this.
From Montreal to Memphis, parlez-vous français? Tell all the girls the Rougeau's on their way. Call of pretty
This one's
boys,
produced.
got a muscle head.
You have some nice reverb in there.
They look instead. We're all American boys. All American boys.
Everybody.
We're all American boys. All American
Just the
boys.
Canadians.
We don't like heavy metal. We don't like rock and roll. All we like to listen to is Barry Manilow.
I had to let that part get in there. I thought that was the funniest line in the song back when I was listening to it. So we got Quebecers in there as the worst song of all time. Blaze, I'm going to have to put you in a timeout, okay? Boy Toy cannot be on a list of worst songs of all time. It just can't. That was Sherry screaming her ass off. Well, that's him doing it. We'll see if we can find the original. Actually, wait a minute. Here we go.
He's so sexy. He's got the look. This rise that goes wild. Got the moves that really move me. He sends chills up and down my spine. Just my sexy boy. He's not your boy toy. He's just my sexy boy. He's not your boy toy.
That version might get voted up there, I suppose. The original, or the one that's most commonly known, where he's doing the singing and she's just doing the vocals on the chorus. That's a classic. But that one there was a little screechy. I'll admit there's some nails on a blackboard thing going on there. Icon, how you doing, man? It's a mixed bag of nuts. The game itself, play-wise, is pretty damn solid. The camera work, I'm really blown away with the camera work. I think that is phenomenal. Then you get to the point where you buy in a pass for content that takes forever to get, even with all the little cheats that are in there. It's still hours and hours of grinding. So that part kind of takes the fun out of it a little bit. And then what we've already covered here today is the fact that you can build your own arena. And if you like old school stuff and you don't want Trons in it or the LED lighting in specific, you can remove all the LED stuff, the posts. You can remove the LEDs from the apron. You can remove the LEDs. And then you save it. And then you go to play it. And the LEDs are all there. So when you actually go to use the game, you're going to have LEDs. So apparently in 1985, they had LED aprons. Oh, Master, come on. Hold on. Let me get my memory going here again. Yeah, I remember. Can we put this in the list of the worst of all time?
American males, American males, American males, American males, American males.
If you take out the fact that you gay guys are singing it, it's not that bad.
When you say that I'm coming, better run for cover. Girls, you don't need a weekend lover. American males. If they want to talk to you, you better not listen. You might wind up in critical condition. American males.
American males, American males, American males.
Now, you know, some singer got the call, hey, we need you in the studio. We're putting this thing together for his wrestling company. And he's talking to people back home, hey, man, I'm getting some time in the studio. They're paying me to record music. What is it? And I don't know yet. And you get to home. How was it? Never mind. That might make the list. I had happier memories of it than when I was just listening to it now. I guess with a live crowd in the background and commentators talking over it, it sounds a little bit more impressive. But when you break it down to it, I miss wrestling back when it was just, Junkyard Dog, Another One Bites the Dust, and Wyndham and Rotundo, Born in the USA, and Hulk Hogan with Eye of the Tiger. Y'all got crazy on us and wrote your own damn music, and it kind of, they can't all be wonderful. They can't all be wonderful. Tatanka's song is definitely in my mind. I don't even have to play that one to know it. It wasn't bad. It had that beat to it. It worked. A Man Called Sting? Is that the name of the song? I gotta see what that's all about. Hold on. Man Called Sting. Hold on. Oh. So far, I'm good with it. I remember it. What's bad about it here? We got lyrics kicking in. Okay. All right. That's on the list. You just made the list. So we got American Males and Sting. A Man Called Sting, to be specific. Steiner Line, come on. Steiner Line or Steinerized? This is the one I know of, Steinerized. Is that the one we're talking about? Because I like that. Yeah, IRS's song wasn't exactly something to write home about. That's back when they were doing too much character work, though, on bad characters. But give it to him. He got it over. Know when to walk away, know when to run, never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Kenny Rogers is here. I'm working off of my old computer, otherwise I'd have had that queued up a little bit better. You all deep cutting me. Rude's Black Cat. What the hell is that? Hold on. I don't see anything that says Black Cat. It says first WCW theme. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, Black Cat ripoff. I got to tell you, I don't even remember that being a theme of his ever. Pretty uninspiring. So, yeah, I could see that making the list. Simply Ravishing.
He's simply ravishing.
That sounded a little like Sherry, too. I don't think it was, though. Man, I've got no recollection of these songs for him. Just the iconic, striptease song that they don't want to pay for anymore. Yeah, I don't even have a recollection of that song ever. Virgil? That's where we could be playing Name That Tune, and some of these songs would have totally stumped me. Yeah, if you'd have played this and we were doing like Name That Tune for wrestlers, I'd have known I'd heard it before, but I never would have gotten who the wrestler was. But yeah, it's coming back to me now. Celine Dion. It's all coming back to me now. Let's see. Outback Jack. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Did they not have him in one of the games a while back? Didn't he make an appearance?
The World Wrestling
There's an old Australian stockman lying, dying. He gets himself up onto one elbow. And
The hell is this?
who are gathered around, and he says, "Watch me wallabies feed, mate. Watch me wallabies feed. They're a
Ooh.
dangerous breed, mate. So watch me wallabies feed. All together now, tie me kangaroo down, sport.
Oh,
Tie me
yes.
kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Kick me cockatoo, cool, curl.
Kick the cock. What? Kick a cock or two? What the hell? Come on, man. Family programming. Stop. I had forgotten all about that. I can't keep up with you guys because I don't have two screens. Too Cold Scorpio. Which Too Cold Scorpio were we discussing? Hold on. Let me scroll. Yeah, Doink the Clown. Believe me, that's shit. That was absolute shit. The drizzling shits, as they like to say. All right, Too Cold Scorpio, WCW. Hold the phone. No, don't want that. The hell? That hurts my ears.
Oh, Flash, you are so funky. Flash,
Much better. Everybody's grooving at home right now. If you're driving, you're swerving. Stop and pop, baby. Testify. See, I didn't even want to turn that one off. T.L. Hopper's theme. T.L. Hoppers. I don't have any recollection. He was the plumber guy, right? Plunging toilets and shit. Yep. What do you not like about this? It's right up there with Bastion Booger hawking a loogie. At some point, is there anything that resembles music? Oh, I guess not. Never mind. Well, then that was done quickly enough. See, that doesn't qualify, though. It's got to have music. That's not a theme. That's just friggin' stupid toilet effects. See, Icon, you learn things here on the Nation Network. That's what we're all here for. Now you know it's Steinerized. But that's a good song, man. You can't put it in the list of worst. Dr. Demento. I know of him. I can't say I've ever heard a program, though. CSWA in the house. I'm still catching up. So for those of you that are joining us here, I'm experiencing massive issues again. The old computer, well, now it's not an old computer. It's a new computer. 4-month-old computer that I spent too much money on decided to take a shit. And it's been doing it for the last several days. And I just got to the point where I can't work with it anymore. So it's in the shop. It'll be a minimum 3 days, and I'm hoping they can take care of it. But by what they are going to do to it, though, it's going to put me behind for weeks. And I'm right now running off of my old computer, which thank God for small favors that I kept that around. But even with that, I'm kind of running half the operation. I don't have the second screen working. I can look into that more maybe later. I don't know. A little disheartened when it comes to all that. But anyway, we've kind of slipped into some trivia here, or reminiscing more or less about theme songs of wrestlers past or present, which are the worst of all time, is what we're looking for. I might go with American Males at this moment as being the worst that we've covered here. Yeah, we're talking about that CSWA, and again, if you haven't heard this, it's one of the biggest pluses, honestly. It's a massive time saver, and that is that you go in exhibition mode now, do all your tag teams there. And then you go to your seasons, and all you do is one click of the button, and boom, whatever's in exhibition is going to go up there. Make sure you do it in that order, though. Because if you go to, like I do, what I'll do is I'll bring them all up there, and at this point, I'm not even messing with them. They can all just be there. But what I used to do is if I was running, let's say, ECW and WCW on this season, on this calendar, I would take all the current day roster stuff and delete, just so that it's only the teams I'm actually dealing with. No real reason to do that, but let's assume you did that, and then you're on the exhibition page. Well, the same options show up there, where if you want to get rid of all that shit, you can. But doesn't make sense to me that you would do that. But if you do that, you're going to be wiping out everything on your exhibition mode. So I highly recommend making sure you're 100% sure of what you're doing when you do it. But as long as you're in your season, then you should be safe to go. But yes, it'll just bring all of the tag teams from exhibition in, and you don't have to rebuild them. And God almighty, that was the biggest complaint I've had. Well, maybe not the biggest, but it was on my list every year. And the fact that they finally dealt with that. All right. I'm about to take a heavy object to somebody right now. Somebody I love dearly. There is absolutely no way you can tell me this song is on a list for worst theme songs. Call my mama. Hands up to the left. Hands up to the right. Shake your booty with all your might. That might make the list of the best theme songs, but it is not going on the list of the worst theme songs. No way. And if for no other reason than when that was debuted on Monday Night Raw, even the announcers weren't in on it. You had Brodus Clay, and they brought him out as this, would-be bad guy, tough guy, whatever, size monster kind of thing. And then he went away for a little while, and now they're reintroducing him. And that's all we knew, is that we were getting Brodus Clay coming back. And when he does the whole funkadactyl thing with a little pterodactyl claw hold and all that, and he's bopping and dancing all the way down into there, he looks over the ropes to JR, and he says, it's on camera, he picked it up perfectly. You didn't see that coming, did you? And just the expression on JR's face and in his voice during the commentary, he was just befuddled beyond words. And I thought that actually got over a little bit. I thought it wasn't that bad. But no, that song is a good song. That's on the good list. It doesn't go on the bad list. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, they had a picture of the Funkadactyls there on the video too, and it's like, damn, look at Naomi when she was like 18. X-Pac 2001. We'll say this is probably it.
Tell us what to do.
No, this ain't it. You can't be complaining about this.
Better. Yeah. Well, you better get ready to bow to the master.
Let's see what this one is. Oh, sorry, that's actual wrestling match. Never mind. X Factor, Titantron.
Yo, you dealing with the X Factor.
I got everything I ever
No, that ain't it. Is it?
Oh, I know you hate X Factor, but you ain't gotta look at me like that. I said you ain't gotta look at me like that. I know you want it.
This was for him and Albert together. Wouldn't remember that at all. Zero. Okay, X Factor. That's the one I just played then. The comedy songs from back in the day. There's music in the Hopper song, but it's flushed out. Literally. All right, let's switch gears here. The best wrestling theme songs. And we'll say from like 1990 forward, so we're not talking about Born in the USA and stuff like that. It's got to be wrestler theme, original, kind of content that was created for them. I'll get the ball rolling. Let's see who knows what this is, or what wrestler. I'm going to freeze it right there. Who knows what that song is, or what wrestler that song is? I know JH is going to get this right. Road Warrior Iron Man doesn't count because it's Iron Man. You got to get something that was created for it. Now, you could go with What a Rush, and I wouldn't argue with that. That's a good one. Does anybody know what song was that was just playing a moment ago? I'll finish it up a little bit here.
I can break a door down with one hand behind my back. I can crush a grizzly till its bones begin to crack. I eat a dozen T-bones for my early morning snack. So imagine what I could do to you. I can tear a telephone directory in two. Bending iron bars is something else that I can do. I always pick my teeth with the nearest billiard cue. So imagine what I could do to you. To see my many attributes won't need
Exotic Adrian Street. Let's see. This is absolutely one of my all-time favorites, hands down. And the fact that they recorded it themselves, or Michael at least did. I don't know if any of the other guys are having anything to do with it, but I can see Bam Bam Terry Gordy playing bass. And they said, yeah, I love that song. We got people voting for Crush the first time. A few people going for Bad Street. Luger did have a good song. Whether or not I'll be able to find it. This is like, yeah, that time frame. This got to be it. This wasn't bad. They didn't have any lyrics messing it up. I'm not sure if that's the one you had in mind, but that's the one that comes to my mind when I think about Big Josh had a, well, I'm sure he had a theme song, but one that we'd put on a list of all-time bests. Hold on, let's see. Yay! Grab your partner, do-si-do. Y'all heeing and sheeing over there. There's a hoedown. We'll pick her up. Luger's was great. Iconic wise. Yeah, there's something to be said about that, I suppose. Of course, there's been so many versions of it now. And watch, I picked the wrong one.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
It definitely popped an arena, no doubt about that. That was solid, though. They had good chords, good power, good energy. Just hearing that part alone, I thought there was going to actually be the music there. It's like literally, that's all they did. Let's see. And then you get that. Bending the shit out of that whammy bar. I mean, if you're going to lose I Am Iron Man, this ain't a bad song to go to. Definitely worked for the characters. The thing about good theme songs, the really good theme songs, is you get the pop immediately. It's like the first second you hear it, there's the pop.
Fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Exactly.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you gotta take a stand, it don't have to hide.
Going from that to this, though, I don't know.
He's American
Still has good energy, still has good power. I'd give it an honorable mention. Oh, the narcissist theme. That's got to go into the bad category. We can't be talking about that as all-time best. I mean, imagine you got Lex Luger, just comes out of the NWA, top prospect, built like a Greek god, and he's going to come out to this? I mean, I'm hearing it, but all I'm really hearing is wonderful. Yeah, I don't know about that one. What was Owen's last theme before the Blue Blazer? That was after he stuck around when everybody else left from the Screwjob. Blackheart or something like that? There's two here. This is the one that I don't think we're talking about. Now, if we were playing that game of name that tune for wrestlers, I probably would have got this one. And then there's the one that I was thinking here. To me, it's kind of a clusterfuck. Yeah, I don't know. That to me is a bit of a clusterfuck there. Man, y'all are just killing me here. I can't keep up on it. Shamrock had a good one. Hercules, I don't know that $1 Million Man song is a good one, but man, it fit the character and it's iconic. It is a timeless classic now, mostly because of what he did with it. I was not a fan of the Diesel thing, the whole truck starting up and the air horn, and it might have had something to do with the fact that I was like, this guy can't wrestle. Jake's was a good song. It just had that. It was perfect for him. You know, not too many people could have made that work. And I like when they updated it after he attacked the Warrior and had that little bit of trust me going on in front of it.
Tell you something, brother. Never trust a snake.
Yeah, but that was perfect for him. Had the right everything. It had good energy, good vibe to it, and it was good for his character. It matched. Oh, King of Hearts. Yeah. Oh, actually, it's under HART. Let's see. I'm going to need a little refresher on this one. Oh, there you go. Yeah. This is good. This would definitely make the list. It's got that little Funko Pop thing going on, and it's iconic as well. Yeah, that makes the list. Oh, the Nugget.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Yeah, I definitely like the last one better.
I tried to be a nice guy.
It just sounds too much like a knockoff of the Nation of Domination's theme song. I'd go with this one. But that's just me. Infrared says I'm tripping because the narcissist. Buddy. I don't know, man. That is not what I would. It's the whole package, really. I mean, they brought in a guy who should have just been wrecking the place, and I mean, it was like Royce Keys all over again. Hakushi, boy, that's a throwback. Ooh, the Hollywood Blondes. I don't even remember that. Hold on a minute. Let's get a refresher here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Give it up to both of them for getting that tag team over the way they did, because they were literally just thrown out as dog food, saying, Hollywood Blondes, go, just go have a match. I think it was back when Jim Herd was there pretending he knew anything. I'm not a nugget. That was one of the best promos Shawn Michaels ever had. You know, when you're trying to flush a turd and that one little nugget keeps coming back to the surface, you flush over and over again, but you just can't get that nugget to go down. Owen Hart, you are that nugget. Oh, my God, I was cracking up so hard that night. I'm like, you call him a little piece of shit? He's a pebble piece of shit that won't flush. What an analogy. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Dum, 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 dum. Back when they had show intros that were badass. Did they actually have that on TV? I think they blurted out the words like batshit. I think they blurted out the word shit. Back when you could actually watch wrestling on regular TV and didn't have to have 25 subscription services, and tickets only cost about $80. Thanks, Keith. There are some of those promos that just stick with me, man, for years and years and years. And for the people that always want to talk about hard times, baby. That's the one that I don't necessarily remember so much, but the ones that do stick with me, I mean, I remember it, but not to the point where I could recite it. But there are a handful of them that when the memory trips, it's like it's all right there. And that Nugget one might be the one that I could just, on a dime, bring that back. Donnell Mason, how are you? You are the next contestant on The Price is Wrong. Evolution. Let's give me a reminder here. Oh, I remember.
Evolution is a mystery, full of chains that no one sees. Clock makes us full of history. Yesterday's too long ago. Don't agree with what I know. Tomorrow got no place to be.
Yeah, Motorhead had the right sound for wrestling. That's really just they were perfect for it. And
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
there was a period of time in the early 2000s where I was the announcer slash DJ, I guess you'd call it, for the local high school's basketball team. And I played this as the warm-ups were all finished and the announced lineups were done and we're getting ready. This would be the, right here.
Time to play the game.
And I would play them onto the court with that until they were ready for the jump ball. I still remember the varsity coach ended up being a good friend of mine later on, but at that time he didn't know me or nothing, and he wasn't no wrestling person, so he heard this music. The hell is that? We getting ready to have a riot? Oh, I miss that guy. TV edited. Yeah, I figured it would have to be because I would have caught that. Even with the edits, so you kind of know what word belongs there. Mr. Bob Backlund is not making the best list. We could have used him earlier for the worst of all time, though. Steve Austin Disturbed. What is this one? Hold on. Oh. Yeah, I didn't really like this one as much as the one that we all know. I remember it, though. Did he actually ever use that as entrance music? I know it was on like the WWE or WWF Superstars themes and all that kind of crap. They had that one disc back in the day that came out, and it was mostly new cuts. So it wasn't the stuff that they necessarily used in the arena, although some of them ended up using it, even if only for a short time, to help sell the disc. Man, you guys are digging into some weird places here. Sean O'Hare. Okay. You were losing me in the first few seconds here, but it's picking up. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't even remember it at all. Zero recollection on that one, but it's not bad. Yeah, I thought he did for a little while. I kind of remember him dabbling with a couple of different ones. How have we not already played this? This is definitely on the list of some of the greatest.
We are the nation of domination. Nation of
Domination.
Hell, I should be making that our theme song. Yeah, I do recall him being with Piper there for a little while. I remember, I want to say Piper did a Piper's Pit where he kind of brought Jimmy Snuka, much older at this point in time, back out, and I think Sean was part of that whole angle. Listen to Two-Face? What the hell is Two-Face? Is that for a wrestler? Yeah, all I'm seeing is stuff for Batman. Not sure what you're talking about on that one. I'm not seeing it, though, when I put that in as a search. Yeah, the one with Rock, and that was right when he was starting to take over, which wasn't the plan, was it? Let's see if this is it.
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Ha! The Rock's laying the smackdown.
Yeah, this was actually kind of good. The Rock says, know your damn role.
And shut your mouth.
Yep, that was a good one. I'll try again, but I'm not finding anything that looks like a wrestling theme song of any kind under Two Faces. I got Dark Knight. Tons of Dark Knight. Excuse me. Mr. Freeze. I got everything except anything that resembles wrestling. But I'll take your word for it. I'm sure it's really good. Oh, the entrance on 2K26. Now I got you, buddy. See, that's not how I've been doing this. Let's see. All right, we can just go to the theme songs, all right? Bitch. Two Faces. Dull, Two-Faced, Linkin Park. By the way, there is no music on this playlist for me at all. I listened to all of it, and I was like, nope, nothing. 2 years in a row. Definitely hits hard. I won't take that away. Yeah, it's got a little bit of pop to it. Let's see what we got going on here. Anything we missed? Nah, probably not in the all-time list. They kept that same thing there. I actually like this. It's got good energy. Nah, probably not. Let's see if there's anybody else here that comes to mind. By the way, here's another little tidbit of information for you. These are all unlockable this year. These My Rise characters, so like Baron Blade over here, is unlockable. Problem is, with some of them, and there's about 4 or 5 of them so far, you can't use them. So they're unlocked, but you can't select them. That may get patched, or maybe they didn't sign their contracts and they're not available. I don't know. I like Bayley's original theme song from the NXT days. I still say that was a really good song for her. It was upbeat, good energy. It was fun. Everybody was clapping and singing along. This isn't bad. This should have made the list. This one should have been on the list. Oh, the old Harlem Heat. They gave him a theme song? Swing and Sway. What's this shit? Oh, he did have this occasionally on his Bobby the Heenan show. Bobby the Brain Heenan show. And I always forget the dude's name that was with him, that Eugene wannabe. This also should have been on the list. Again, man, as soon as you heard that first chord, the place would pop. Solid beat to it. Strong riffs. That's got to be on the list. That one time a year where it would play, and that place would erupt. Oh, this has to be on the list. I love you. Yes, yes. Brothers and sisters. We going to church today. Not bad. It's not bad. That doesn't really count, though, because it wasn't made for him. It was already existing, so can't make the list. Sorry.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
I do like the song. I don't know if I'd put it on the list. I think it falls in the middle. This is tricky because it's a ripoff of a song that was not for him. Which they got sued up the ass for, and I guess they ended up paying for it so they could still use it. Somebody had said Diesel earlier. You know what? In hindsight now, it's got that rhythm and blues thing going on where I could actually like the music. Here's another one that's got to be on the list for all-time best. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man.
I like his old one, which, again, for the second year in a row now, the young Drew McIntyre playable character is not part of the base roster. Now, last year he was a DLC, not a DLC, but a Persona card, which I get that. But normally the next year, then he comes out. And the fact that you're going to have to, in some way or another, grind to get him again, I'm good.
Viva la raza.
How did we miss this? Yeah, that's got to be on the list. Gotta be. Maybe not high on the list, but I think it's gotta be. I'm just thinking of something now. I may have missed it, or maybe it's not there. They don't have it. That's going too far back. The original Bray Wyatt song, back when he wore the little fedora hat and all that, that was a kick-ass theme song. I don't think they did anything with it here. No. That's got to be on the list. Not sure how we missed that one. Say what you will. That's on the list. Some Jerry Lee Lewis on the keyboard there. To your town in my pink Cadillac, just a honky-tonk man. Just a honky-tonk man. Honky-tonk man. I'm cool, I'm cocky, I'm bad.
I pick a mean guitar, I wear a blue suede shoes. You ought to hear me sing the snakeskin blues. I'm just a honky-tonk man. I'm just a honky-tonk man. I'm just a honky-tonk man. I'm cool, I'm cocky, I'm bad.
From the person who brought you Honky Tonk Man. This is just a guilty pleasure, but it's on the list. If it was on this album, it's on the list. Gonna take her away from me. Yeah, man. Some good stuff there. Pretty much the same, just different keys. It did get the pop. Shamrock had some good stuff. His music wasn't bad. I don't know if I'd put it in the all-time greats or anything like that, but it definitely fit his character. A good pairing. How did we miss this? For sure, this is on the all-time great list. You suck. You suck. I like it. And if they would have let the guy friggin' do something, at this point, I swear to God, I feel like he's so deep in his own head that he's just fucking up all the time because he has no confidence anymore because they've ruined him. This is a good Luger song. Pretty sure it's a little bit different than the one we played earlier, I think. Yeah. Wasn't written for him, though, so can't make the list. But he made it iconic. And for that, we give credit.
Quiet on the set. Can we... Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
Yeah, man, it's got to be on the list. Because there was that period of time where they didn't have that whole intro-y thing going on. It just started out with the awesome. And boy, oh boy, they hated him. You'd hear awesome, and then, boy, it's on at that point in time. What's this sound like? Oh, I remember this. We've come full circle. I cannot believe we're going on like 2 hours of this stream when I planned on coming on for 10 minutes. All right, sing it.
They call him Mr. Wonderful. You know he is so wonderful, and he knows it too.
These are like classically trained opera singers that got called into the studio. And they're like, you want me to do what? Well, it pays. How much? All right. That's probably bare minimum, but all right. I'd say that's on the list. It's low, but it's on the list. It's iconic. It got a pop. God Save the King.
Staking a claim, come from my throne and I'm bringing the pain. God save the king. All hail when I ride into town. The real world champs holding the crown. God save the king. Rule the waves in this glorious reign. Bow down when you mention my name. God save the king. National treasure, like I'm Trevor McDonald. The diamond in the rough, shining past the pain and the struggle.
That's got to be on the list. Might not be dancing to it, but when it's all-time greatest wrestling theme song music, that's in there. Damn, how did we miss this? Of course this is on the list. I like it. I don't know if it makes the list, though. I put it, it's kind of in that mid-ground thing. It was good for the character. Obviously, it's iconic. You'll never hear that and not know who it is. But I don't know if I'm putting it on the list. This is on the list. Because you knew when you heard this music, you were about to see a show. I grew to like this. I didn't like it much, but over time, he morphed into it, and it morphed into him. They definitely had a synergy towards the end. Infrared said we weren't trying to be obvious. I get you. I get you. Ken, the thing is, I didn't like the Drew McIntyre 10 model at all. I don't like what they did with his hair. And last year, fortunately, Status basically ripped the Trons and the music and the attires and all that, but did their own created wrestler of him with the long hair, not in the ponytail and all that crap. And I liked his better. That's what I ran with on 25, still have it, and I'll keep that there. So I don't even have that big of a desire to unlock it this year. And I don't even know what you got to do to get it. I know I saw it somewhere, and it just seemed like a lot of work. It might have been a My Faction deal. Or it could have been the World Tour campaign, which I got to tell you, the only thing I've seen in the early stages that makes me want to do anything with World Tour is the Japanese thing, and then you can get the Rob Van Dam, which will obviously access that attire. I don't actually like that attire very much, and I think you really want to go over there with a higher ranked card than the base set that you kind of get the game started out with. I managed to get past the first match, but man, it's reversing everything. It's playing like a much tougher challenge than they normally would be, especially in like the first outing in a region. So I'm probably just gonna not do the whole World Tour thing this year. I didn't. If you don't have something in the first two stops, like Dallas had nothing, and Florida had nothing. Nothing I wanted. Now, maybe over time, SmackDown Hotel will list everything that you can get, and maybe there'll be something in there. I'll be like, son of a bitch. But now I got to go through, 3 different territories to get to the one I want? Probably not going to happen. Last year, they had early on Dallas, you had the Ultimate Warrior with no makeup, which I wanted that. It's unique. It's something different. I was always a big Ultimate Warrior fan. That's what got me to play it. Now you got nothing to offer me. Because he belonged to the Patriot first. Come on now. I'm not entirely sure what we're talking about, man, because everything's like behind here, and I can't keep up with the chat because I only got one screen. I'm freaking got to try and figure out this screen thing. If I'm going to be down for 3 or 4 days, I got to get the second screen working because it makes a massive difference. Are you talking about Kurt Angle's theme? That belonged to the Patriot first? Del Wilkes? No. Is that right? I only know it as Kurt's. Wondering if they use anything different. Nope.
If you hear me.
This gets honorable mention. This wasn't even that bad. I remember this back in the day. I wouldn't put it on the list, but this probably has to be on the list, and I'm not even a fan, but yeah, you got the whole audience singing the damn song even when the song's not playing no more, so that's on the list. Nah, I thought she had a real theme song or something, but nope.
Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do?
No idea. I don't think that was ever actual music he used. Talking about theme songs, what is up with this? Is this her original song in WWE that they took away from her to give her a new one, or is this the new one and she wants the old one back? Because of the way I watch wrestling now on YouTube recaps, I don't see these entrances hardly at all. I mean, this sounds okay, but I don't know that I would fight for it. And she put up a fight. Yeah, but Ken, I'm not going to be spending money on packs. That's just not a me thing. The only thing I would ever do, I'm saving all of this VC and all that shit that you get with the passes, and I'm just letting it accrue, and eventually they're going to have Persona cards on the market, and I'll buy them. That's it. Whether it's with VC or whether it's with XP, whatever the case may be, but I am not going to go grinding for that. On top of everything else? No. That's a little much for me. I mean, when we're talking about the all-time greatest, this might be number one. I mean, it's definitely in the argument. I would say you would have this, Austin, and much as I hate it, Never find what you're looking for when you're looking for it. You notice that? It's like the car keys. They'll show up later on.
If you smell what the rock is cooking. Do you smell what the rock is cooking? If you smell what the rock
That's the one.
is cooking.
I think Austin ends up with the overall number one, though. There's just something about that glass breaking, man. The way that arena would explode. If you were ever there live, you know what I'm talking about, man. It would, the decibels would hurt. Physical pain would ensue. And funny thing is, how do you not put this on the list of all-time greats? It's just not going to be very high up. Not for me. I don't even think I'd have that on the list. I like this version a little better. It had that cool little effect. Prime time. I like Vader's song. Still probably wouldn't put it on the list either, but I like it. Honorable mention. And there we have it. The first one that they took away. Well, screw them. Taking shit away. What do they think this is? King of Kings wasn't bad. Andrew, it worked. I mean, it's always a little challenging when you've got an established character who's over. At that time, Trips was the world champion every other week. If he lost it, it was only for a matter of a minute. And now you know the entrance is such a huge part of a wrestler's persona. And we've seen over time, you know, like Bobby Roode was over in TNA. I won't say he wasn't. But man, when they gave him Glorious, it was the next level. It was so well done, and everything about that, and the music was there, and it just made the difference. So you've got an established character like Triple H, time to play the game, and now you're going to switch gears. I mean, he believed in Motorhead and Lemmy so much. He just, as long as I got Lemmy, I'm good. And he was right. Because King of Kings was another one that definitely makes the list. Yeah, we played NWA Luger earlier. It is a little bit different. Infrared is into collecting the theme songs. I was back in the day when you really didn't have any easy access to them. Some of you guys that have been around a minute will know that at one point in time, and this would have been prior to, as a matter of fact, probably the reason it happened, prior to Pile Driver, or no, I beg your pardon, prior to the wrestling album, WWF would sell a cassette that had theme songs on it. Not that many either. It was like maybe 5 to 7 of them, I think, on the cassette. And I always wanted that cassette, never got around to buying it. And I don't even remember which theme songs were on it, but it had to be obviously the originals. So that's why I'm saying it had to be around 90, because at that time is when they were putting their own music together. And I think the damn thing sold so well, they said, we need to make
Hey, pal, I think what we need to do is do a wrestling album. And I'll have a song on it, of course.
Let's see here. I just don't understand why they didn't put this in the video game.
Well, I started this dance in my neighborhood. Now everybody's doing it because it feels so good. All you need is a partner that know how to move.
Now, I wonder if this is the whole album here. Let's see.
It's dedicated to me, all America.
All right, here we go. If you're not familiar with this,
All right!
The
dog getting down!
If I could expostulate just momentarily on the virtues of Junkyard Dog,
I think he can sing as
good as he can wrestle.
Even you
go in the bathroom if you're going to do that.
I'm not impressed. Let me tell you what, it sounded like he had a mouthful of grit spewing out at the microphone.
Hey, Jesse Ventura, there is a new artist out called Derringer. Have you heard about it?
That's right, and it's dedicated to me, all-American Jesse the Body.
No. It's dedicated to Mike Rotundo and Barry Windham.
Well, let me just say this, then Derringer should have stayed buried with rock and roll hoochie coo.
And on the contrary, Jesse Ventura, the name of the song is Real American, the artist Derringer.
for Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, who used it like a handful of times before the plug got pulled and said, this is not for you, baby. This is not for you. Eventually down here, we're going to get to the one that was supposed to be Hogan's.
Hello? Hello? Hey, is Cindy in? No, who is this? What do you mean, who is this? This is Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South. Where is she? She's going to the Rick Springfield concert. Rick Springfield?
Oh, boy.
You know, George, it all started back before the beginning of time, when the windy wind blew through the trees and banged against the rocks, creating a beat. Natives, Indians, and visitors. Which means turn down, me one solo. And the neighbors were complaining because of the noise. So right from the beginning, rock had a bad name. The neighbors complained, they moved. The new neighbors complained.
Boy, that was terrible. Here was Hulk Hogan's song. This was what he was supposed to be coming to the ring to throughout the 80s. Can you imagine? Just doesn't have it. It's good for the Saturday morning show. He's not terrible. I mean, he wasn't bad. bad. This was one of those guilty pleasures. And then the last one was the one that shocked me the most because I was like, damn, it's not bad.
Must we say goodbye? If I repart, my heart won't go down. Not in hell, my friend, that I may have failed.
And it was so successful that it spawned a sequel, if you can believe it. The Pile Driver. And this was one of my favorites. Talk about guilty pleasures. I was a massive Strike Force fan. I like those two dudes. I was so happy when they won the titles, and I was so pissed at WrestleMania when they lost them. The title track by Coco Beware. Considering none of these people were actually musicians per se, I mean, they may have dabbled a little bit, and I think nowadays is different. I think you have a lot of people who are like actors. They're trained in so many different mediums that you probably do have people that have been vocally trained to sing that are professional wrestlers.
Sometimes love is like a slow dance. You can tiptoe around, but don't make a sound. You can make a little silent romance. But sometimes love sounds like a fight. It sounds like an argument. It sounds just like a power driver.
And then with his hit sequel, that's not what I was thinking it was going to be. The sequel, I guess, was not on an album. Honka Honky Love. This is definitely on the friggin' list. I feel that we have just done a very big disservice to Demolition by not having them on the list before this. God, these are the good days. No matter what Kenny Bomb says. Here's another one. Anybody seen Akeem?
Well, I met this lady and I told her quite a story. Said I love her forevermore. But the trouble is I tell the same old story to every girl that walks through the door.
Then we got another Jimmy Hart. Crank it up. This is actually good. There was a few songs on this album that actually weren't bad, and one of them actually got some airplay on country music.
We were cruising the streets, looking for some action. Had my radio
This one actually made it onto the country charts. And I got to admit, when I heard it the first time, I was like, this should not be on this album, man. This needs to be doing something.
I just had a dream about you. A dream that you were home, sweet home. But then I woke up without you. Another morning waking up alone.
Another night, another fight. It seems it never ends. Another town, then another show.
Sounds like Kenny Rogers.
Tonight I'll be a hero with thousands of friends. Tomorrow I'll be waking up alone. By God, I'm tough. Lord knows I'm big and strong. But nothing hurts me half as much as waking up alone.
That was good. I mean, it deserved better than the Pile Driver album. And it did get a little bit of traction in the country charts. If you would have had Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers singing that bitch, that would have gone straight up. But he sounded good. I mean, he really did have a Kenny Rogers sound to him. Of course, Vince McMahon had to have a moment. Was there anything worse than the Slammies with him doing that whole song and dance routine and all the girls dancing around him? He was in his moment for sure of things that if I wasn't who I am, this wouldn't be happening right now.
When I was just a boy, everybody told me what I should do and who I should be. I got some kind of free advice. I finally had to say, stand back, stand back.
And then, of course, Mr. Oakland came in with another one. This was actually not bad either. Here's some Jimmy Hart back there. This wasn't a good song for Gene Okerlund. It's great for Jimmy and Derringer, but yeah, one thing here doesn't fit like the others. And then they wrapped it up with this one, If You Only Knew, with the Wrestling Ensemble.
If you only knew what I'm gonna do to you, you'd be running out of here as fast as 2 feet could carry.
Every time I hear Jimmy Hart, I'm just hearing the Gentrys.
Belongs to me. If you only knew.
He had a good voice.
I got some real bad news.
And it may involve your body.
Elizabeth.
You've been talking too much, too long, too loud. But you ain't scaring nobody.
You see, talk is cheap when you can't keep your promise of destruction.
I think you'll see.
Because of me,
You need reconstruction. If you only knew what I'm gonna do to you, you'd be running out of here fast as 2 feet could carry you. Your destiny belongs to me. Whoa, if you only knew.
Well, Well, there you have it. The Wrestling Album and Pile Driver recapped right here on the Nation Network. Cannot believe we're going on 3 hours, guys. This is insane. It's all your fault. For those of you joining late, so there's a video I popped out there earlier at 2 o'clock this afternoon for ECW on the 2K26. And long story short is the computer that's been giving me trouble basically crashed right on the main event. So I posted what video was salvageable, and it's everything except for the main event, which is unfortunate because the main event ended up being a banger match, and it was a created match type. So you had 8 people going. It's elimination. Anything goes, and it was ECW at its finest. So we'll eventually get around to redoing that match, and I'll do a separate stream or something for it just to make sure we complete that, because we need to know who the challenger is going to be eventually here. But it's going to be a downtime, because what this has done to me and putting me behind schedule, and it's once I get the computer back, I've literally got to do everything over again. I've got to get OBS back in. I've got to get DaVinci back in. I've got to load all my files back in and onto the drive, and then arrange them again so I can find where everything's at. It's just going to be... It's going to suck. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to suck. It already sucks. And I'm over here using my freaking computer with Windows 10 because it can't be upgraded to Windows 11. But at least it allows me to do this. And this was a much better stream than I was anticipating having today. So to all of you out there that participated one way or another, we also had an unusually high head count for live at that time of day. So again, appreciate you guys very much. Just need to take some deep breaths right now and get there and just say, fuck it. Let's just start working on it. It just gets old, man. It's like I feel like I've just done this. It's because I did 4 months ago, and then I did 8 months before that. It's becoming an annual event like Christmas, and I don't like that part. I can do without that. We can do without the annual. All right. I said annual, not anal, okay? Because I know somebody out there is probably...
That's what she said.
Exactly. Thank you all for being here today. Look forward to doing some other stuff. What I think I'm going to do in the meantime is, and I was planning on doing this anyway, because they have that feature where you can just literally watch a show and not have commercial breaks or any of that kind of stuff and just hit play and let it go through. I think I'll be doing some house shows for the ECW thing. And that's what it's going to do. I'm just going to hit play. I'll stream it, let it run through. I'm not going to do any commentary on it or anything like that. I might not even be in the room a little bit. I might be bouncing in and out, making dinner or something like that. But I'll check in on the comments and that kind of thing. But if you want to watch it, you watch it. If you don't, I get it. But yeah, don't be like, hey, where's the commentary? There ain't going to be commentary on the house shows. And it'll be called ECW House Party, I think is what I came up with for that. So the house party shows are just road shows and pull up a chair. I think what I would do, I don't know if it's an option. For that, I would set it to just the hard camera and that's it. So it's like you're in a seat and that's your seat. That should be an option. I don't think it is. Even if you turn off they do have options. Well, I'm here right now. Why am I asking? Let's see. Controls, gameplay. Let's put this down to easy. I'm still doing that other crap. Weight detection. I put it on normal when I do my sim show, and I forgot to put it back down. I'm over there doing my Rise, wondering why they're all of a sudden putting up a fight. Let's see. Weight detection. Camera. Mid-match, post-match, blood stun. Maybe it's not under this. It may be under... Yeah, it's not under that. Presentation, that's what we're looking for. Gameplay camera default, third person, ramp facing, standard. But even with standard, it moves around. So I wish you could have third person only. Oh, wait. Stop it. Wait, or hold on. We're going to find out. If that's the case, that's what I'll use for the house party shows, because then you're kind of in your chair. And it'll give it a different thing. Obviously, the entrances all will be normal. I'm surprised they don't have the little static sound there for that.
The following is scheduled for one fall.
I thought they still had Rhino's entrance in the game, but I guess not.
Weighing in at 283 pounds.
Is there anyone else you can think of that runs to the ring besides the Ultimate Warrior? That would be too much. But is there anyone else that sprints to the ring? I couldn't think of anybody. I didn't feel like sitting through 100, 200, or 300 wrestler entrances. I thought this wasn't bad.
And his opponent from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 240 pounds.
Infrared, you know what? Maybe it's there and I didn't catch it. We'll go check right after this. Hopefully you're right. But I want to be observing. I should not have selected a wrestler. Let's go to controller assignment. Oh, wait. Okay. I didn't think I was able to do this. Oh, it does have me wrestling. Oh, maybe that's the third. I'm confused. Hold on. Computer. All right. Now let's see what third person does. No, it didn't do it. It's still doing camera cuts, which is fine. You know, it's probably a little bit more enjoyable having the camera cuts, so. All right. Let's get to that entrance. I should have gone to SmackDown and done the Control F search. But let's see here. Who said entrance? No, not Taz. Although it'd be funny to see him come running into the gore. Let's see. Motion. Oh, wait. We may be saved. There we go. Now run. Yeah, baby. Infrared is the man. Does he have a victory? Well, I don't know if they have a separate victory for him or not, but we'll go check. Taz is his name in the game. I want to say I had something that was close to Taz, but it wasn't Taz. But I'll double check on that now because it could be. Let's see. Victory. I don't think there's a gore victory, but let's go check just to be sure. Custom. Why is it so far? Motion. UCD. I'd be surprised if they have it in there, but they do. Holy shit. Color me stupid. Now, I guarantee you they're not going to have a title. All right. Nice. Well, that just made him a whole lot better. All right, let's go to Superstar. And let's see what name we ended up with on Taz. I don't think they did. I thought they would. Yeah, we went with towels. That was like the closest thing I could find. Tech. I don't think there's anything else going to sound close. Taz. Like maybe if they have Tess. Tess is close. Yeah, they do have Tess. I might go with Tess instead. It's better. Taz. What else sounds like Taz? Not much. Yeah, I think we'll give that a shot and see if it annoys me too much when we get rid of it then. Yeah, I got to bring that forehead down a little bit. It's too high. Let's see. See, this is what I wish they would have done is had the, again, if you look at the Undisputed Boxing game that's out there, you can do a lot with that creation suite for a game that was a low budget game. There's a lot to be done there. I think I already did shrink it down a little bit. Let's see. I don't think I can go any further down. No, that's as short as it's getting. That is as short as it's getting. We could always bring other stuff up. I get a little leery about that sometimes. Let's see. We can always unsave. Yeah, it's as high as the mouth is going, so you can't go too crazy. But that actually might look better. I kind of like that. Let's see how it looks all together. Let me see. Yeah. I'm doing that. I'm good with that. And again, we don't use any face scans or any of that kind of stuff. Because I don't like it when you get those little glares on the screen and then all of a sudden they look white. They have these big white splotches on their face during the matches. I do need to get the tattoos, though, because that'll drive me crazy having that wonky stuff there. But for now, it serves its purpose as a placeholder. You know, it's funny you say that about Conan because if anyone doesn't know, Conan's not in good shape right now. This past week, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, was rushed to the hospital where the original report was they amputated one leg, and then I've heard that it was two. I'm not sure if that is the final verdict on that. He's had such bad health issues for so long now. Had the liver transplant, or was it a kidney transplant? I forget now. I think it was a kidney transplant. But even beyond that, he's just been dealing nonstop with health issues, and he's a legit good dude. I mean, everyone's ever met him. I have not had the chance to meet him, but everyone who's met him has just said nothing but good things about it. And then we see what he's been doing with AAA and how great that show is, and I don't know. I just hope he's all right at the end of the day, but double leg amputation is pretty rough. No, dude, they're saying this happened now, like this past few days. Infrared, the news broke. James Romero was one of the first guys to report on it. Wasn't the first guy, but he was one of the first guys. So, I mean, did he have COVID now? Are we saying he had COVID recently, or are we talking about COVID-20? That even sucks worse. I mean, I was presuming it had something to do with his years of abuse, which was what the kidney was all about. Not that it'd be better or anything, but, you know, that's just kind of the thing. You know, when you play hard like that, there are consequences. But the thought that the guy was functional and all that and then gets friggin' COVID, and now I granted his prior conditions would have escalated things. But, I just think to myself, there are people in this world that manage to do it and do very well for themselves. I don't know how I would do with that. I don't know. I can't imagine. Okay, yeah, Sunday. That's what I'm talking about. From 2020, his COVID caught him in 2026 with amputation. What the hell, man? Oh. And again, he had a lot of bad history when it comes to medicine and all that stuff. So this wasn't just a matter of COVID by itself, but holy shit. That's a lot. Wish him well here, but yeah, I was planning on making a Conan as well because eventually when the AAA wrestlers all come out, and if Community Creations is ever working and people make some good stuff for AAA, which I'm counting on. So if you creators out there, get to work on AAA. That's something I will definitely be doing here as well. So I think my two main focuses on 26 are going to probably be this ECW thing, at least in the first half of the year, will be this ECW thing. We'll see how that goes, and for sure AAA, because I just enjoy that so much. And again, if you're not watching it, we had a poll not too long ago, and only 62% people said they weren't watching it out of our nation network here. So less than 40%, less than half are watching it. That is inexcusable. You must watch. If you don't watch, you'll be cursed. Seems like he's bouncing back from that Chicago debacle debut there where they booed him out of the building. Nothing like being booed out of the building in your hometown when you finally achieve WWE level. I mean, that's got to be a good night's sleep. I don't blame him. I blame the idiots that booked that whole mess. That friggin' box bullshit. Well, anytime you come out of a box, you're automatically over. Apparently not. I'm just having a moment right now as I realize I no longer have on this computer my little sign-off stuff for Game On where we would have Wayne's World playing. So can't do that on this one, unfortunately. That came more recently, and it's not on this old computer. But y'all know the deal. Make sure you find time every day to say the 2 magic words, and they are Game On. We'll be back here again in the not-too-distant future, and like I said, I'll probably be doing that house party stuff, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I might not even be in the room. I might bounce in and out a little bit, but I'll see your comments. Enjoy those shows while they go on, and that'll be filler right now until my situation works itself out, because, damn, that's all I can say. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. We'll see you soon. Right here, the Nation Network, Game On.